I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, March the 13th, 2015. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry arrived in Egypt today, where he was meeting with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on the fight against the so-called Islamic State. Kerry, who is meeting Sisi in the resort town of Sharm el-Sheikh, will also be attending an economic conference there, where he will meet with Jordan's King Abdallah II and with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. Kerry is expected to address concerns over the Palestinian economy with Abdallah and Abbas, as well as possibly also address prospects for Israeli-Palestinian peace. Former Palestinian terrorist Rasmia O'Day was sentenced yesterday to 18 months in prison for lying about her terror convictions in Israel on her application for U.S. citizenship. O'Day, who lives in Chicago, entered the U.S. in 1995. She applied for citizenship in Detroit in 2004. She appeared in Detroit's federal court yesterday, where Judge Gershwin Drain said that while O'Day was a terrorist decades ago and has now changed her ways, she still lied. The Chicago Sun-Times reports O'Day will likely be deported to Jordan once she completes her sentence. O'Day was convicted in Israel of 2 bombings in Jerusalem in 1969, one of which killed Hebrew University students Edward Jaffe and Leon Canner at a grocery store. She was sentenced then to life in prison. In 1979, Israel released O'Day in a prisoner exchange. O'Day says she will appeal yesterday's ruling. The kosher supermarket in Paris, where 4 Jews were murdered in January, is reportedly set to reopen. Citing a management source, the Associated Press and the French news agency AFP report that the hypercacher will reopen this Sunday after renovations and restaffing. On January the 9th, jihadist Ahmadi Koulibaly attacked the market, killing the 4 and taking hostages. He was shot dead when police stormed the building. U.S. Special Envoy to monitor and combat anti-Semitism Ira Foreman is spending time in Sweden and Denmark in order to meet with Jewish leaders, government officials, and non-governmental organizations on the rise of anti-Semitism in the region. Foreman arrived in Stockholm yesterday, where he will be until tomorrow. He'll then travel to Malmö for meetings there. Foreman will be in Copenhagen March the 17th through the 19th. Copenhagen was the site of the deadly shooting attacks last month that left a Danish filmmaker dead at a free speech event and a volunteer Jewish security guard dead outside the city's main synagogue. Sweden has also seen its share of anti-Semitic incidents, the city of Malmö in particular. Meanwhile, 2 Jewish teenagers were reportedly attacked in southern France in what appeared to be an anti-Semitic incident. The 2 were said to have been robbed and beaten after leaving their Marseille synagogue this past Tuesday. This according to the National Bureau of Vigilance Against Anti-Semitism. The attackers also reportedly yelled hateful threats at the teens, who did require medical attention. And anti-Semitic, anti-gay, and racist graffiti, including swastikas, was discovered in restrooms and a classroom of New York City's John Jay College of Criminal Justice this past weekend and week. The school's president, Jeremy Travis, sent a letter to the campus community voicing his great concern over the incidents and how the college was responding, including establishing forums to discuss the impact of the incident. He said we should all be concerned and offended by these incidents. We pride ourselves as being a community that celebrates diversity and values differences. He wrote, we aspire to treat one another with respect and dignity. The Anti-Defamation League commended Travis yesterday for his immediate attention and swift actions. ADL New York Regional Director Evan R. Bernstein called the way Travis and the administration at the school handled the news of the hateful messages exemplary. Bernstein said not only has the college quickly and swiftly addressed the incidents, they have made clear that this type of behavior, quote, has no place in our community. Israeli elections are right around the corner, and the latest polls showed the center-left Zionist Union Party a little more ahead of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's center-right Likud party. The Yediot Aharonot poll published today was of 1,032 voters, showing the Zionist Union, which is led by Isaac Herzog and Tzipi Livni, with 26 seats compared to 22 seats for Likud. The poll has a 2.5% margin of error. A survey published yesterday by Haaretz had the Zionist Union with 24 seats and Likud with 21. That poll had a 3% error margin. Elections will be held in Israel this coming Tuesday, March the 17th. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, March the 13th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader. Remember, live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 tonight. Shabbat Shalom.